All right, so my final placement game in for Access, um, Russia did the normal 4-2 buy and 4 infantry, 2 tanks. They weren't able to take Ukraine. They had an average, the typical average. West Russia, which is 9 here. And then they moved everything towards Moscow, with the exception of they moved the Russian down. So I think what I'm going to do here, this one, just because I have this open space. I know in a previous video they say don't typically stack a dead zoned Russia, or dead zone Ukraine, sorry. But I think I'm going to go and buy 6 tanks and an infantry and go with Marius's tank rush that has become fairly popular over the last season or two. Definitely last season it was talked about quite a bit. The reason that I'm going to do this is there's not a lot here that can attack me. There's 10, 13, 15, 16, 17 that can attack here. And I also just got done watching some of C. Brown PT's videos where he was playing against Marius, and it seemed interesting, the different things that you can kind of come up with here. And I just want to do something other than what I've done the last couple of games. So I'm excited to see how it'll work out and kind of see where it leads. Hopefully I don't screw this up. So go all in here like normal. Take the one guy here. Another thing with the tank rush, I won't be attacking Transjordan. I'm going to setting up here because I'm going to move my AA gun up here to help with that, and then I'll stack up here in Northwest Europe. So, all right. So, not a lot to do here on this turn, but let's give it a whirl. make sure that everything is going in the right spot. I gotta see what's going here. 853, yeah. Okay, what's going here? Okay. Okay, I think everything is going into the right spot. All right, so that looks good. Alrighty, we'll see what happens with this. I haven't played in this manner in a while, so hopefully it works out in my favor. Okay, so we're on Japan 1. Let's see. The UK bought a destroyer, an aircraft carrier, and 3 infantry, and they set this up here, which is fine. I mean, I'm not going to attack it. I'm going to try to get Moscow as fast as possible this game, since I'm doing the Marius tank rush strategy. The UK, they also tried to just attack 61 with a cruiser, which they were not successful at, and they have their cruiser over here. They went for my sub, but my defense profile has lone subs set to submerge for Japan. They vacated Burma, and they did not, and also Buryatia. So I was talking to Mannix today and just kind of getting his opinion too, and just because I'm trying to get a better handle on when I want to go for Pearl Harbor and when not to go for Pearl Harbor, and kind of get an idea of that. And he pointed out something that was really good, and it actually is perfect for this specific game, is if UK is still in Burma and Buryatia, then it's probably better to not go for Pearl Harbor, just because you need those extra planes to win those 2 battles successfully. Usually a lot of people go into Burma and with 1 infantry and 2 fighters. So since they're both open in this game, then I am going to go for Pearl Harbor. And and since my transport and destroyer were lucky enough to survive, what I'm going to end up buying is I'm going to buy 2 transports so that I can fill them out, and then I'm going to go with two infantry and another fighter. So we're going to go with that. And then my attacks are going to be, Burma, go with the attack in Yunnan, go with the cruiser, the fighter from Tokyo, bomber from Tokyo, and then the fighter from 50. And then go like that. I'm gonna leave infantry. Some people don't feel you necessarily have to. I like to, just because I don't know, it's something, it just makes me feel more comfortable, I guess. And not too many people are gonna attack a stack of 4 fighters with 2 infantry and a fighter, but I have, just for the sake of seeing what I can get. Sometimes you get those lucky rolls, but other times you don't necessarily. So yeah. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Guess what we'll do is we'll take all this off here. Okay. All right. So we're gonna be set up pretty good for a possible J3, I think, depending on how all of these battles go. And we'll see kind of how they all end up playing out. I think that's all I can do at the moment. See. Did I hit back? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is something that I will point out that I don't normally like to do, is bring my cruiser into this battle. A lot of times I end up losing my bomber though, and people suggest that that is happening. So, and the reason for that is, I mean, it was great. They didn't get any hitbacks, but the problem now is I've lost my cruiser, my submarine, and an aircraft carrier, all because this one fighter happened to survive the entire battle. They didn't get anything. Normally you'll take the fighter first anyway, and then hopefully this survives, you know, if it goes well. But now I'm down an aircraft carrier. In my mind, I'd almost rather lose the bomber and only end up with just a fighter surviving. You know, granted, they may end up having it can go either way, so you're always taking your chances. So I can't really gripe because oh man, I got stuck with an extra fighter and, you know, have to figure it out. But the there's no way it survives, you know. It's just they have more than enough to get it all. So that's just, now I'm down an aircraft carrier, which is kind of a bummer. I'll have to make that up somehow depending on what they end up buying in the Pacific. But I like to go lighter in Pearl Harbor and take the bigger risk that way and guarantee that I have or not guarantee, but I don't know. For some reason I feel more comfortable that I'll end up with my aircraft carrier, but also I end up with a cruiser, an additional cruiser that I have in the event that they KJF. So unfortunately that didn't happen, and we'll just have to take it from there. I mean, I shouldn't really complain, honestly, except for those 2 rolls right there. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. So I have a perfect Pearl Harbor, and then I have 4 rolls, 5 rolls with 3 or 4 rolls don't hit anything, and they get, in the process, they get 2 hitbacks on 2 fighters and 5 infantry against 2 infantry. So it's just how the dice goes sometimes, I guess. So it's a bummer. But yeah, the bigger thing that kind of, and I need to learn to shake these things off faster, is just losing this. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Okay, for some reason the game decided it was going to... It's still doing that. All right, so we're on Germany 2. Really unfortunate set of events unfolded. U.S. bought a aircraft carrier, a destroyer, and a battleship. They attacked everything in 53, and I didn't get a single hit back, which is very sad. Then Russia helped my situation after this disaster. They bought 6 infantry, 2 artillery, and attacked Ukraine. They killed all 8 of my infantry, but they lost 10 infantry, 2 artillery, and 3 tanks. So they retreated with 1 fighter, which is awesome for me. But they do have 6 potential units coming over. And they also have this little fleet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a bomber and artillery and 9 infantry, and I will be stacking West Russia. I'm going to attack Archangel, and that's all I'm going to do for my move. I'm going to move my infantry from Algeria up to Libya. I'm going to park my bomber down here when I mobilize it. I'm going to push everything from Poland and Romania and these 6 tanks over to Ukraine. I'm going to put my fighters up in Karelia. I'm going to get everything set to take Moscow in the next round or 2, and then also be able to maybe strafe France or something if I need be. And then next round for Germany, I'm going to stack into Caucasus and go from there. And then I think for Japan, when the turn comes, I may need to put a fighter there. I got to look and see what UK does. If they attack this, they're kind of silly. They need everything over as fast as possible. And then I'll probably also take a risk and run this tank up to Kazakh with all the fighters and try and take out these 3 guys with just that little bit to open up that lane, since they don't have anything to defend it or block my blitz. So that's the plan for now. We will see how this works out. Yeah, I think that's the plan right now, Stan. All right. It's Japan 2, and I'm in actually a very unique situation here. So I have the potential, I think I've ran the numbers a few different times and come up with the idea that I think I have the odds to possibly take Moscow on Germany's next turn and then follow it up by taking India on Japan's turn. So getting two huge VCs in the same round. But in order to do that, I have to blitz with my tank up here to Cossack, take out these 3 infantry, and then basically set myself up where everything is in Burma for the most part. I'm gonna on Japan's next turn, I'll be taking the guys off of East Indies. I'll be moving one of the guys down here from Anhui into Kwangtung so that I can take 2, since I only have 6 here to pull off of the of Tokyo. And then I'll have to do some backtracking to get some other stuff, but by then, if I actually get Moscow on Germany's next turn and I'll also take Caucasus with the infantry here, then I will be in a very good position. So if I take out the Cossack troops, I have about an 83% chance of getting Moscow, which is decent. And these are kind of over here. It's kind of what I could potentially be left with. Most likely I'm going to have to sacrifice some fighters, and I'll end up just taking Moscow with 1 tank, which USSR, Moscow, or Russia will have the ability to attack with 2 infantry, which is still possible to get the tank. It's not out of the question, but I have more than enough here to take back France and move a little bit towards Karelia, and they only have two transports here to do anything with. They went for Libya. UK went for Libya and in my opinion, wasted a bunch of troops that they could have put on a transport and added to India to not give me odds. But as it stands now, I still have over 90% odds, even if I don't use any of my fleet. So next Japan turn, when most likely this US group is here in 59, I'll be able to come back into 60 and set it up, maybe even put a blocker here in 51. I'm debating on how I'm going to handle this. I was going to put a blocker here in 35 so this transport can't go to East Indies, but I don't think that they'll even try. They may try it. I don't think so. If I'm forcing the J3, if I'm setting up for a J3, I don't think they'll try it. And I'm going to take out this transport here with this bomber. So I may just put a blocker there, and then if they want to try and take out the destroyer with their US fighter, seems a little ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really the only thing they can use to reach it, other than utilizing they're UK fighters, but if they use the if they don't take it out before UK's turn, then they're not going to get the islands anyway. So, and even if they get the islands, if I take India, then it just gives me even better odds than the 90% it stands now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase 2 bombers and a fighter for this round. And then I'm going to, like I said, blitz up here with everything. Take this out. Go ahead and take that. Take this off. So it's not just sitting there anymore. And then that's really all I can do without putting anything else that I need out of position, and I need to make sure that I do everything correctly so we can get this done right. So, all right. I am going to go ahead and follow through with this now.
Let's see what this looks like. Okay. 2. Okay. Go ahead and put that one there. This guy here. And then, so that way I can save that transport. And then these guys can go here. And I think that should be good enough to get me what I was just talking about. What should I do with this one guy here? Maybe put him up here. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully everything goes as planned. And I get Moscow next round. And then I'm on my way to a happy India. We will see. Okay, guys, sorry. All right, so Germany 3, they bought, let's see what they did here. I'm sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself. U.S. moved down to 44, took Solomon Islands, no big deal. Russia, I don't know if he understands how the AA guns work, because Russia bought another AA gun and 6 infantry, and I'm only going to be well, okay, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. I guess you get a chance at all 7. Wow, that changes the game a little bit and makes things a little kind of scary, but whatever. I think I'm gonna buy 4 tanks and 1 artillery. Actually, no, I'm gonna buy 2 tanks. 9 infantry and 1 artillery. Or no. I'm going to buy 9 infantry, 1 tank, and a fighter. Just in case. Alright. So go there. Four. And then wow, that's scary. Actually, 3 AA guns is actually scary. Forgot that I had the bomber to contribute to that, so yikes. But if I get it, then I get it, and this is a good chance that it can be over sooner than later, hopefully. So let's see what happens. Beautifully done, my friend. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. All right, well, that pretty much signs it all up for me. I can move these guys into here. I can, let's see, they can go 4, 5, 6, 7. I can go we'll go that way with 3, and then we will go and that will conclude my turn for the Germany. It looks like they're going to be online, so I might be able to get this other one out of the way here quickly. So after my turn in Germany, round 3, Krebs decided to forfeit, and I think, you know, after losing Moscow and looking at the odds that sit here with India, I would be able to block him from taking Philippines by just moving a couple of a destroyer and an aircraft carrier in the way, and so he wouldn't have been able to take anything really. I mean, he only had 2 up here. I did a good job blocking for France, and then there's more than enough here in Korea, so that was a pretty quick match again. These are not always the funnest, but they are nice to get in and out of the way, especially since this was the last placement game. So this has me at gold now. He was a previously mid-ranked gold player, I think in the 200s. So anyway, see you guys next game. Thanks.